a radio station in San Francisco this summer, and these two women are stirring up a hornet's nest.
It was very difficult for Mother to tell me Elvis Presley is your father.
What? This is the daughter of Elvis Presley? There's some resemblance in the cheeks, the mouth, and the hair, but a lot of listeners just aren't buying it.
I think that it's very, very phony, and I don't believe a word of it.
And that is the problem facing Lucy DeBarban and her daughter Desiree. How to convince people that Lucy really was Elvis's lover once, and that Desiree really has a right to the last name she goes by, Presley.
I would like to know if the so-called daughter has had a blood test.
Yes, I have 3.
And they've all come out positive?
Yes, they have.
Lucy and writer Desiree, who once worked at the National Enquirer, have written a book, Are You Lonesome Tonight? In it, Lucy explains how she was a tortured teenager when she met Elvis. The year was 1953. Elvis was just 18 and starting his rise to the top. Lucy writes that they fell in love and for the next few years would meet secretly in parks and hotel rooms. One such encounter, she says, resulted in Desiree.
If you've kept it a secret this long and you're not out to make money, how come all of a sudden you've written the book? I don't understand why you just didn't keep it to yourself since you have all this time.
Well, because I never meant to write the book, and it just came about because we were pursued a lot, and Desiree was by the co-writer Desiree Matera.
It's answers like that that will probably keep people wondering whether Lucy is telling the truth. One thing's for sure, Lucy hasn't made any claim against Elvis's estate. But the question remains, why all the secrecy for the past 25 years?
At the beginning, I remember asking Elvis not to say anything about a relationship. He wanted to tell his mother and father, first of all. And I said, please don't. We had to be sure. And that wasn't the real reason. The real reason was that I had a dark side to my life.
Lucy says she was auctioned off in marriage to a man in Mississippi when she was only 11 years old and had the first of 3 children by him when she was 12. Lucy says this is what she was trying to hide from Elvis after she met him.
That was the reason for the secrecy then. And then, things transpired and I had to tell him eventually. And he still loved me, and that was even the more why I loved him.
A love, Lucy says, resulted in Desiree. A love that no one, till now, ever heard anything about.
He's such a monumental figure, I think, is the reason why this controversy came about. And because no one wants to believe that Elvis could have had a secret.
But how were Lucy and Elvis able to meet without anyone finding out? How do they avoid all the screaming fans, the snooping photographers, the dominating hand of Elvis's manager, Colonel Tom Parker? Does Lucy have any proof? Something like, say, a photograph of the two of them together?
We're not really going to show it in a press conference or some way, a credible medium to show that what we have. I do have a daughter. I will not deny her, and she does know she is his daughter, so that's what I can say.
I'd be more inclined to believe Gary Hart, Spiro Agnew, or Richard Nixon than with either one of those 2 women. Thank you.
So that's where it stands for now. Until Lucy and Desiree can come up with proof, they'll probably be hearing a lot more of that. But assume for a moment that Lucy's story is true. She says that Elvis would often phone her through the years. Did he ever find out about his secret daughter? No, says Lucy. But during one phone call in 1977, she says he was beginning to suspect something.
And he had guessed, I think. He said in the middle of our conversation, he said, I hope it's true what I think. So I told him soon he would find out how wonderful the secret I had to tell him. And he was very, very happy.
Lucy says she never got a chance to tell Elvis her secret. Within a week, he was dead. So what we're left with is an intriguing story, but no facts to pin it on. Did Elvis really have a daughter he never met? Most Elvis experts and a lot of fans poo-poo that. But Desiree says it really doesn't matter. For her, the king will always be her father.
I honestly never thought I would have to be defending. It's a love story. It's a story to me about 2 people that loved each other so much. It just happens to be Elvis Presley.
Hi guys. I'm going to carry on playing this a little bit longer. You can guess what our subject is today. I'll just press play a little bit on this and then we'll carry on, yeah?
We knelt together on the blanket. Elvis appeared unsure of himself. What's wrong, I asked. May I have you for my very own? I'll never forget the way he looked at me with eyes so gentle and loving. The time had come to offer myself freely to a man I loved, a man I had chosen. I answered him with the first passionate kiss I had ever given. My sudden forwardness frightened me for an instant. I backed away. Don't be afraid, Elvis whispered. I won't let anything bad happen to you. I won't never let anything bad happen to you. We lay down facing each other with our bodies together. I'm a little warm just reading this. Under the bright stars of a cool Memphis night, we consummated our love. It was more than just making love. Elvis's body washed away all the shame and dirtiness I had known before. Remember, this unhappy marriage this older man she had to marry. He elevated me from a degraded child to a woman who knew the ecstasy of submission. This is a quote. Elvis said this. Our love is written on the wind in heaven, Elvis said as we lay on our backs looking up at the stars. This is on a hilltop. Do you believe this? I believe. And then you pick up the paper, he's marrying Priscilla.
It wasn't that way at all. Phil, Elvis and I fell in love. And there were so many things that transpired in our relationship. We had to make decisions. I could not just go to this man because I loved him. I had children. I had a dark past, I thought. Today, I could handle it, then I couldn't. I couldn't just marry Elvis. I wasn't even divorced. So Elvis went about his career and became famous, and I worked. And so what did happen is that Elvis went upwards, and I stayed in the same vein, so to speak, raising my children. Then he went away to the Army, and after the last time I saw him before he went away, I got pregnant with Desiree.
So the pregnancy came just prior to his departure for the Army?
Right.
But it was while he was in the Army that the Priscilla relationship became...
Well, yes, I think he met her in Germany, and as I detailed in the book, I chose, because something dreadful happened, the man that I was married to and had filed for divorce came back to kill me because he had heard that I was dating Elvis. This man, he didn't, and then he became...
Okay, guys, how are we? Good morning. I just want to say thank you to all the support you guys gave me yesterday to do with you know what. I'm not going to mention names, but many of you reached out and fully supported me and were very kind to me. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's so kind. But remember, I'm full of love. I'm full of kindness, goodness, and I fully forgive. And there's no bad feeling. And I wish people well in the future and luck. I send love. So guys, please don't worry about me. Things like that. It's over with. Yesterday's news. Yeah. So, yeah, okay, Geo, yeah. Guys, you lot have been very kind to me. Hi, Linda. Hi, Jane. Hi, Elaine. Hi, Yisa. Hi, Pat. Now, let's have a look. We've got Debbie and Karen and Bebex and Thea. I did try and message you, Joanne. Priscilla doing best, what she does, making money off Elvis, by the way. I love Elvis's singing Old MacDonald's. Now, I love all of Elvis's movies. Every single one of them. Every one of them. He looks great and healthy and young. Love him. He's singing. He's in full color on a massive screen. What more can you ask for? Did any of you watch Elvis Lass's review of the new Netflix documentary? Did any of you watch that? because I watched it. No, I can't answer that. I don't want to answer that. Don't worry, guys. I'm not answering that. So, do you have your coffee, guys? You must have a coffee. But let me just reply. Just say that I'm tied up. Let's have a look. Let me just reply to this and let them know to text me in a few hours. That's that. Yes. So Elvis Lass is. Let me just get this up a minute. Elvis Lass's review, I thought, was really good, and I thought I agreed with most of the things that she said. I didn't like the way. How can I explain it? I didn't like the way that Jerry and Priscilla, the way that they belittled the movies and sort of, when they were watching Old MacDonald, a few other bits. I just thought, you're just embarrassing Elvis. You're embarrassing Elvis. That's what I thought. Now, if I had it my way, guys, it's on behind me, yeah? If I had it my way, how can I say it? Let me try and just get it right to you. Oh, thanks, Angel Eyes. Yeah, remember, I'm a big fan of Elvis Lass. I think she's great. The problem, of course, look, it's on behind me, guys, yeah? Of course, that documentary is going to boost Elvis, yeah? It's going to bring in new fans. It definitely makes him look, it really shows the world what a massive talent he is, how beautiful he is. It gives the story, doesn't it? From childhood, his musical influences, and then, the Colonel Tom Parker stuff, the movie contracts, and it just gives you a good general feel for Elvis. I do think, like Elvis Lass said, they give you the impression that it all ends after the 68 comeback special. I know that many of you have said this 361 more concerts before he died. I think it was a lot more than that. I know they messed up there. So I do think, a bit like the Priscilla film, it just cuts short at the end, too short. There's so much more to the story, isn't there? Like even Elvis Lass said it. The 69 comeback in Vegas was massive. The songs that Elvis created, sang and chose to sing, and the way that he sung those songs after 1968 are amazing. It's a massive part of Elvis's life. So this is what I see from a money-making point of view of Netflix. They pieced together all these different clips, the 60s, the 50s, because it did really show the 50s really well, didn't it? Then they chuck in a few people doing interviews. Bruce Springsteen, Priscilla, Jerry Schilling, and was it Eric Clapton? I can't remember now. A few others. They piece it all together, and then they post it on Netflix, and it makes millions of dollars. Yeah, I see as a money-making thing. It's going to do brilliant to bringing in new, younger generations. People in their teenage years, 20s and 30s. We want the younger generation to discover Elvis, and any women are going to that don't know Elvis are going to fall in love with Elvis just watching that documentary. But I will say this, it is a rehashing of something we've all seen 1,000 times. I did think that it's a rehashing of things we've seen 1,000 times. Now, don't get me wrong, I love watching the 68 comeback special. I love it. I love seeing Elvis in his leather suit looking so handsome. I love them showing off him in the 50s. How he started off when he was like 19 years old and all the little clips. I love all that. They're truly showing off just how talented he was, and beautiful and gifted, and he was a one-off and a 1 in a billion. Yeah, they're showing that. I want to see something that's new, guys. I don't want to sound like a whinger. I want to see something new. I want to go, right, bang, this is something you never knew. This is something newly discovered. This is a side to Elvis that we didn't know about. That's what I want. Aren't we all hungry to learn new things about Elvis and his life? I am. I can go on YouTube, and there are probably at least 1,000 documentaries that will say exactly the same thing as the Netflix documentary. They will talk about Tupelo, his childhood. They'll talk about his rise to fame overnight because of Memphis Sun Studios. Then they'll talk about his movie years and the Memphis Mafia. Then they'll talk about the 68 comeback special. Then they'll talk about the Vegas years. And then they'll talk about his funeral and his death. Yeah, we've all seen it a million times. I just want to see something new, guys. I want to see something new. It's always being rehashed. Even the Elvis Baz Luhrmann film, rehashing of the same thing. Great for bringing in new people, new Elvis fans. But same old, same old. So my overall opinion of the Netflix documentary, and I'm going to read your comments in a minute, guys. My overall opinion of the Netflix documentary is this. We've seen it all before. We've seen it all before. It will bring in new fans. And of course, I love seeing Elvis at his best. Yeah, that's my feeling, guys. Right, so I'm going to go for your comments. Then I want to start talking about this Lucy and Desiree, and I think the author of the book is Desiree. Now I've ordered the book. It was only £5.80 off Netflix. Not Netflix. Amazon. £5.80 off Amazon. So I just thought I'm going to order the book. Now you know me. I don't read things. I just scan through things. So last night I started watching some videos about Lucy, her daughter Desiree, and just trying to get a feel for what's gone on. I know that Joe Sins at Rare Elvis Photos is documenting and reading out the book in detail. Yeah. Now I know he's got a lot of flack. He's getting quite a backlash. Even I was told that many are unsubscribing because he completely believes the whole Lucy, the Desiree, the book. Yeah. Now I just want to say this. I am a big fan of Rare Elvis Photos. I really like Joe Sins. He's been on our channel. He's on our Facebook. He's a member of our Facebook page. He's also been commenting, and we're going to look at that in a minute. Can I just say this, guys? No matter what people's feelings are, if they believe it or they don't believe it, or if they are indifferent to it, can we be kind? Yeah. Can we just be kind? Because I think that he's getting a lot of hate because of believing in the Lucy, Desiree, the book, reading the book, believing the book. I know that he talks with Desiree, who is the author. I know he's also about to speak to Desiree. Actually, there's a friend, a subscriber of his, who's also a subscriber of ours, that's introduced Rare Elvis Photos, Joe, to Desiree, and then they're trying to introduce him to Desiree. So he will speak to her. Can I just say that no, whether he believes it or not, can we just be kind to him? He's a nice guy. He's a really nice guy. I watch a lot of Rare Elvis Photos videos, and I've got nothing but praise for him. Yeah. And whether he believes it or not, whether it's true or not, he's a nice guy. He runs an amazing channel. He does 3-4 videos a day, reading all different books. He's definitely an Elvis defender. 100% he's an Elvis defender. So even on the 24-hour chat, guys, I've seen there's obviously some subscribers that completely believe the story, that even are friends with Desiree, yeah, the author. And let's be kind, guys. Let's be kind. It's okay to disagree. It's okay that we have different views. I know that some of you take it quite personally and think anyone that believes the Lucy Desiree thing are harming Elvis, or just out to make money, or trying to get subscribers, trying to get viewers. But no, I don't see it like that, guys. We just got different opinions. Now, do you want to know my view on it? My view on it, guys, is really simple. I'm not going to decide. I won't decide on the details of the Desiree Lucy thing. And, you know, from the book, Are You Lonesome Tonight? I'm not going to decide until I know all the facts. I definitely do not. It's one of those topics that I have never looked into. I have never looked into the whole Lucy thing, the whole Desiree thing. Never. Last night, because someone contacted me last night, and I thought you need to start understanding the story, which is why I've ordered the book. I'm going to watch some videos with you guys now, and we're going to talk about it now. And we're going to try and get a feel for why it's possible that Desiree is his his daughter. I know Lucy's passed away, of course, but that's it, guys. But I just want you to know, I'm not a believer, but I will allow debate. I will allow debate, yeah? And can we just be kind to Joe Sins, Rare Elvis Photos? Can we just be on the 24-hour chat? Can we just be kind to the people that believe it? Because that's their right. That's their right. Remember, Team Elvis, we are kind. We come together on Defending Elvis Presley on the Facebook page. We have a 24-hour chat. Please join it. We are there to be kind to each other. We're not there to have a go at each other for having different views. We can debate, but let's be kind, yeah? Right, let me just read your comments, and then we're going to start. We are going to try and learn something about this Lucy Desiree thing together, because I'm on a blank canvas. I'm on a blank canvas. I have no idea about any of it. It's all new to me. Right. I've seen some people moaning about it. It did not show everything, but it was all right. So Elaine's talking about the Netflix Elvis getting his career back after being locked out on the 60s movies. I mean, I'm a fan of the movies, so I'm disappointed that the movies get such a bad deal, because I actually quite like a lot of them. Steve Binder has his own doc last year, reinventing Elvis as at the cinema, and he brought a book out that he was not involved, but they will sort permission at some level. Okay, let me just keep going. I'm going to scan through these comments now, guys. We're going to be here a while. I hope you got your coffees. Okay. Yeah, Angel Eyes, it's good. It's an enjoyable watch. If you're an Elvis fan, even if you're a non-Elvis fan, you will enjoy it. It's good. But you won't see anything that you haven't seen before. It's just a rehashing of everything. Right. I prefer the doc. Steve's more knowledgeable and passionate and knew the musical social climate on how to unrest affected EP's performance. Yes, and we know all about that, which led to the song If I Can Dream. Of course, Jerry Schilling and Priscilla, of course, they would have been handsomely paid. Now, I've got a couple of very good emails that I'm going to read you guys, but I don't want to do that on this video. I'm going to do that around 3 o'clock later. This video, we're going to just quickly to talk about the documentary, and then we're going to talk about Desiree and Lucy, and we're going to look up this book. I want to know if you guys believe it. Right. Sorry, but if Lucy waited till EP died until she told the daughter, that's a big red flag. And also, EP would never keep any of his children a secret. Another big red flag. It's a fantasy. Now, so Elaine, very outspoken lady, Elaine, who bought me this amazing book. Now, Elaine, let me just get this book. Now, I am not going to open this book yet. I'm saving this for a special day. So I've kept all the wrapper on it. And we're going to do the unraveling of this book that Elaine bought me. We're going to do it on a special day. I haven't decided what day yet. So, but Elaine, come on. You know I'm so pleased that you got me that. I will cherish that forever. So, Elaine, who is very outspoken, you say Elvis would never keep any of his children a secret. Okay. I'm not going to agree or disagree with that. Let's have a look. So Lucy waited till Elvis died. Yeah, I've read that. I did learn some of the basics last night. Now we have to try and understand why she waited till Elvis died. The reasons. Yeah. Now remember, I'm not a believer. Yeah. I want us to debate it. I want us to talk about it. Right. And I also want, if people do believe it, we need to respect their right to believe it and be kind to them. Especially Joe, who I really rate as a real decent person. They don't make a claim. Another big red flag. It was his daughter you would want to claim. Who wouldn't? Right. Okay. We know that. They never wanted money. They never wanted part of the Graceland inheritance. Yeah. But surely that's a good thing. Surely that's a good thing. Surely that shows decency. Decency. Because I think most people would have made a claim. Yeah. Let's have a look. So Rosa, hi Rosa. Rosa doesn't believe it. Angel Eyes, no resemblance. Another money grabber attention. Well, do you know what? Let me just, I've got a little short. Let's see if I can play it.
Lucy
Right.
DeBarban and her daughter Desiree postscript.
Let me play this. It's only a minute long. I can quickly warm my coffee up as well. Let's have a look. Woo, right. Let's okay, guys. Let's see if we can. The joys of technology. Will this work? Right, I'm going to play this and warm my coffee.
Lucy DeBarban and her daughter Desiree Presley begin a national tour today to promote DeBarban's book, Are You Lonesome Tonight? Their first stop was Boston. In her book, DeBarban claims she had a long-running secret relationship with Elvis Presley and that Desiree is Presley's daughter. DeBarban's book makes some very detailed claims, but as Geraldo Rivera has reported on our show, it's short on verifiable evidence. DeBarban made her first public response to her critics this morning when she appeared on Boston TV station WCVB.
I do have documents. We do have blood tests. That's the first thing I thought.
They do exist.
Yes, they do exist. Very much so.
How did you sneak away with this man?
Believe me, it was difficult. And Tom, it was more difficult for me than it was for Elvis, because Elvis disguised himself a lot of times, by the way, as I detailed in Are You Lonesome Tonight. But also, I was worried about some things, but Elvis was the boss. And yes, they were not as close to Elvis as they pretend they were. I mean, his associates.
Tomorrow, DeBarban and her daughter will appear on Good Morning America. She says that's when she'll produce evidence that proves she did have a relationship with Presley.
This weekend, the city of Dallas chose to honor.
All right, guys.
And because Lucy has not provided the poem, we will. This is a copy of what Ms. DeBarban says proves she had a 24-year-long relationship with Elvis. Filled with misspellings, it is awkward poetry.
I'll let that play a
with
bit.
phrases like, she's a package wrapped in clouds of joy. In the meantime, we've learned from one handwriting expert that at least a dozen of his colleagues have been sent copies of the poem to determine whether or not it is legitimate. Like the poem itself, the results have not yet been made public.
Presley and sent to a Texas woman has been authenticated by handwriting analyst Charles Hamilton. Hamilton, who pronounced the Hitler Diaries a fraud in 1983, put the value of the poem at $100,000. The woman who received the poem and claims to have had a daughter by Elvis Presley is Lucy DeBarben. Her story was told in the book, Are You Lonesome Tonight?
I don't think they want anything to have been in Elvis's life, the people that don't believe it, that they didn't know how to prove of or knew about. And this was a secret. It really was a secret, and I'm proud that he did keep it.
After receiving the poem, Charles Hamilton is convinced that Presley had a lifelong love affair with DeBarben.
And the moment I looked at it, I knew that it was Presley's handwriting. Since it's a very intimate poem, in the poem he makes clear that she is the great love of his life.
One of the lines in the poem is, quote, I know my Desiree is the greatest treasure. Desiree is the name of DeBarben's daughter and is said to be a nickname he used in referring to Lucy DeBarben. An official at Graceland offered this reaction to the authentication.
And we know of absolutely no single person, friend, family member, business associate of Elvis Presley's who thinks that there's even a remote chance that these claims are credible.
The author of Are You Lonesome Tonight says the poem belongs to Mrs. DeBarben and she's unlikely to sell it at any price.
Okay, so there are, guys, let me just pause it. I just want to see what this one says. And let's play this a little bit, see what happens. Is there any English or not? No, it's not. Alright, doesn't matter. Let's pause that. I just want to quickly scan through your comments. I know there's going to be hundreds of different interviews and news items. It was a big story back then, wasn't it? Especially when Lucy was alive. Right, let me just catch up with the comments. Right, let's bring it up to date. Come on, where are we? Yeah, Linda says rare Elvis photos is great. What he believes is his business. We all have different perspectives. That's what I think as well. So can I just ask now why we're on here? Let's have a look. Can I just ask now, there's 42 of us on here, yeah? So welcome to Team Elvis. It's Louis. We're defending Elvis Presley. We defend Elvis Presley twice a day. And we are here to expose all the wrongdoing to Elvis and his bloodline. That's obviously from Priscilla and the Memphis Mafia and many other things. Our sole purpose on the live streams really is to defend Elvis. But we do talk about anything that new is coming out. We will discuss it, like the Netflix documentary, like the Bridget Cruz versus Priscilla lawsuit. And the reason I'm bringing up the Lucy, the Desiree stuff now is because it's a hot topic at the moment. Everyone's talking about it, isn't it? Everyone is talking about that book. Even though it's old news, it is. Everyone's talking about it. So I do think we should cover it. I don't think we should just ignore it. So the question is, guys, do any of you believe it? Do any of you believe that Desiree is Elvis's daughter? Just anyone here? Just interested to know. Are there any believers? This is the question. So obviously Pat is a no. So Karen, do you believe it? Now I've ordered the book because I want to scan through it. Jane is a no. I don't know anything about it. I didn't watch Rare Elvis reviews. I think Rare Elvis is going through the book, isn't he? It's slowly. There's quite a few parts of Rare Elvis photos, footage. Let's just have a look. Now, he's a great singer, isn't he? So I'll just get it up for you just quickly. Now, this isn't about Rare Elvis photos. He just happens to be very on it at the moment, doesn't he? Yeah, Renee, we're learning, aren't we? Even me, I know nothing. I know nothing, yeah? Do you know what? It's funny. It's interested to know if I just type the name in, just see what comes up on Google. Let's have a look. So here we go. I'll just quickly read it. Hang on, let's have a look. If you know, let me just see if there's a write-up on it. I mean, obviously, there's loads of videos come up, loads, literally. I'm just trying to see it. No, there's nothing. That's weird, isn't it? I thought more would come up. Let's have a look. Okay, I've typed it in different. Desiree Presley is not the biological daughter of Elvis. Desiree is a lookalike who claims to be Elvis's biological child, but Elvis was only married to Priscilla Presley and had one recognized daughter. That's what that bit says. A woman with supposedly striking resemblance to Elvis is claimed to be his daughter by her mother. Desiree Presley's mum, Lucy DeBarbin, says her daughter is a love child from an alleged 24-year affair. They're talking about the name here. Let's have a look. Did Elvis have a daughter named Desiree? Let's have a look. What is this? Let's just see what this video is a minute.
Unbelievable. You'll never believe the truth.
All right, okay, let's listen to this. We may as well, guys. We're learning together. Now, these clips I'm playing with respect. I'm not trying to have a go at anyone or belittle anyone. We are learning together. Yeah, so please, no one be offended.
About Elvis's secret daughter. Officially speaking, Elvis only had one child. Elvis and his wife Priscilla Presley gave birth to Lisa Marie Presley in February of 1968. She was born exactly 9 months to the day after her parents' marriage. Sounds like Elvis and Priscilla had an eventful honeymoon. Elvis tragically passed away in August of 1977. And since then, there has been no shortage of secret children stepping out into the spotlight, claiming he's their father. One woman in particular, Desiree Presley, bears a particularly striking resemblance to Elvis. Their faces look almost identical. It's pretty weird. Not even to mention that she goes by the last name of Presley. Desiree's claim originally came from her mother, Lucy DeBarbin. Lucy claims that Desiree is a love child following an alleged 24-year affair with Elvis. Lucy even went so far as to write a book about it all. The book is titled Are You Lonesome Tonight? The Untold Story of Elvis Presley's One True Love and the Child He Never Knew, and it was released in 1987. Are You Lonesome Tonight has some pretty juicy claims, but none of them so far have been substantiated in any capacity. According to Lucy, she first met Elvis all the way back in 1953. He was just 18 years old and getting started in the music industry. Lucy was only 16. According to Lucy, they continued seeing each other for an additional 24 years. Lucy's book was co-written by Desiree, a former reporter for the Miami News. Desiree said that he understandably wasn't convinced by Lucy's tall tale, until of course he saw Desiree with his own two eyes. Desiree, whose background in reporting means he understands how important fact-checking is, has said that every single word of Lucy's story was able to be verified with someone else. Desiree claims that no matter what Lucy said, or how ridiculous it may have initially sounded, he was ultimately able to trace it back as true. In a 1987 interview with the Washington Post, around the time of her book release, Lucy explained that she kept the news about her daughter being born from Elvis until 1977, which was the year he passed away. Lucy claims that she felt like if one person found out, then everyone would know. Lucy said that she told Elvis that she had a wonderful secret to tell him, and that secret's name was Desiree. According to Lucy, Elvis said that he hoped what he was thinking was true. All of this sounds good, but There's no DNA evidence to back up these fantastic claims. A representative from Graceland has been very clear that the estate of Elvis maintains the belief that Lucy's book is ridiculous. They said her claims are incredible, and they won't dignify the situation by responding with any further comment. But Desiree still believes Elvis is her father. She refers to him as Daddy on her Instagram page, and even posts adoring content about him for Father's Day. Desiree was born on February 1st, 1977, just a few months before Elvis's sad and untimely passing. Although she never got to meet Elvis, Desiree has said that she feels a deep and meaningful connection to him through his music, which seems like a funny way to claim he's your dad, because millions of people can claim to feel a deep connection to Elvis through his music. Desiree also has said that she feels a strong responsibility to keep Elvis's legacy alive. That also seems pretty weird, since I'm pretty sure Elvis's legacy doesn't need her help to remain alive and well in people's hearts and minds. In recent years, Desiree claims to be working overtime to make sure people don't forget about her alleged dad. She launched an online radio station called Elvis Radio that plays nothing but Elvis music 24 hours a day. She also opened up an Elvis-themed restaurant called Elvis Presley's Memphis. It's located in the city where her alleged father was born. Desiree seems committed to honoring her father's memory, but something about it still seems off. Desiree is not alone in claiming to be Elvis's illegitimate love child. There have been many claims that Elvis had other children. Many women have speculated that Elvis may have fathered children with him during the course of his life. It's not exactly hard to imagine that a globally famous rock star might have slept around a bit, especially considering the massive amounts of substance use that were a part of his later years, making him susceptible to less than great decision-making. Still, if any of these claims were true, you'd think that they would have been proven by now in some capacity. Of the many people who've come forward claiming to be Elvis's secret child, not one has been able to get DNA proof to back up the claims. Oddly enough, there are even reports that Lisa Marie Presley wasn't actually Elvis's true child. Those claims, however, were proven false in the 1990s thanks to DNA tests. It seems like there's one thing in common with everyone's claims about Elvis being their dad, and that's money. Going back to Lucy wanting to write and publish a book, there's a real financial stake in being associated with Elvis. Even if she couldn't prove he really fathered her child or had an affair with her for that matter, there was real money behind just making the accusation. And her co-author said he was able to fact check it all, but nobody's bothered to follow up with him to verify that. The world just had to take him at his word. When you're trying to sell millions of books and get rich, maybe even getting a movie deal, people will say all kinds of things at the idea of that kind of money. Even now, with Desiree opening a restaurant, she seems more interested in capitalizing off Elvis's legacy than preserving it, because nobody will ever forget about Elvis. He's as timeless as the songs he left with us. Desiree seems to have opened an Elvis tourist trap to hook in people visiting his hometown so she can sell them a meal. That doesn't sound like any kind of true legacy preservation to me. Beyond the immediate financial benefits of just claiming to be Elvis's heir or former lover, there are more obvious financial implications, because if any of these could be proven true, all of the people who have come forward would be entitled to large paydays from the Elvis estate. But since nobody can prove anything with DNA, they're all on the periphery of the Elvis estate trying to collect what money they can. In the case of Desiree, she definitely looks like Elvis, but that's not enough to be sure he was her father. In fact, there's no hard evidence that Elvis and Lucy ever even met besides what she claims to be fat. It's not uncommon for fans to become obsessed with celebrities they worship, creating delusional alternate realities that they truly believe are real. In the case of Lucy, that's likely what happened. Sadly, because she trusted her mother, Desiree is now stuck in that line. If any of these claims were remotely true, they'd be backed up by DNA and proven in court. But since that hasn't happened yet, and likely never will, we can safely assume they're just creative fiction. Hopefully Desiree is able to prove the claims real, or
there's only a few seconds left.
Accepting that she just looks like Elvis, because just looking like Elvis isn't half bad, and she'll always be able to stay connected to him through his music, just like his fans around the world have for decades. So what do you guys think? Is Desiree really Elvis's child? Was Lucy lying about the entire affair? What's your favorite Elvis song? Let me know in the comments below.
Right. Well, I thought that was interesting. Shall I just see which? Let's see if we can get the name of the YouTube channel. No, it doesn't give the name. No, it doesn't give the name. But okay, right. So, is it like, guys? Can I? We're just discussing this. Yeah, there's 45 people watching. You're very welcome to join in with us. Become part of Team Elvis. Help us defend Elvis. I just want to say this. Not everything I do is defending Elvis. This story about Lucy defending, Lucy Desiree is not really a defending Elvis thing. This is just us having a chat. Yeah. Now, I just want to say, does anyone... I've watched interviews where Lucy, Desiree's mum, says that there was blood tests done to prove, is it blood tests? It was the older interview that she actually had proof. Now, some of you have said that the other bit I've heard is that Graceland wouldn't allow DNA testing. Is there any truth to this? Is there any truth to this thing that Graceland would not allow DNA testing? Now, I was going to just quickly go to Joe's YouTube channel and just very, very quickly see if I can find, just play a very short clip of it. And I do this with respect because I really like Joe. I recommend Joe's YouTube channel. Guys, go and subscribe to it. He's really good. Let's see if it comes up. He's done quite a few. Let's have a look. There's quite a few. I'm looking at them now. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6, 7. There's definitely 7 different things on Joe's YouTube channel. Now he reads the book. Let's just hear how Joe introduces it. I'm just interested to know what he's going to say. Now, I'm doing this with respect. So, Joe, if you watch this, I'm doing this with respect. I'm not trying to belittle you. I'm interested to know how you introduce the Elvis and Lucy stuff. Yeah?
Welcome back to Rarest Photos. Glad to have you with me. We've been doing a lot of reading. We did Child Bride this morning. Then we had a video that I put out that had your comments. And so I answered some of your comments, gave y'all, I guess, I don't know, a little spotlight to give your opinion on what you felt about what was going on with Priscilla, this book, and others. So I always enjoy reading your comments. It's one of the highlights of my day to go in there and for me to just scroll through it and take a look at everything that y'all are saying and everything y'all are thinking. And of course, there's always a lot of kind words, and I appreciate that. Want to say thank you. I just got a super thanks just a little while ago from Nancy Lorenzo. Thanks for that. We got more reading to do. So, and I wanted to read as much as I possibly can because we have Desiree Matera coming up tomorrow, an interview. So let's read. And somebody also asked me to show some of the photos, and I'm going to start off with that.
Okay, I'll just play one more. So it's very laid back. He's literally just sort of going through the book very gradually, and I think it's good. I actually think that Joe reading not just this book, he's going through many books very slowly, giving us which means you don't have to buy the books. You can just sit back in the comfort of your home and just listen to Joe reading these books. And he's reading quite a few books. The Kathy book is one, isn't it, as well? So, right, I'm going to jump forward now to this interview.
And he became famous, and then he realized that I was serious about him, and he was going to kill him and my children and me. In fact, he did try to.
Let's jump forward.
Yeah. Can we just get a little closer? Is that possible to do that on Desiree? I want you to see this beautiful young woman. I want to get that opinion. What do you think? Is this Elvis' child or not? Are you suing? You don't want any part of the estate, or you don't think you're entitled? Oh, my goodness, the billions here with.
Of course I'm entitled to it, but I will never make a claim on it. I really feel like if Elvis knew about me, that I would have, he would have definitely recognized me.
Yeah.
Now there's been so many people that have taken advantage of my father that I don't want to be one. to do it.
As you know, there's a Deborah out there saying Elvis is my father too, and it might be true.
No one knows.
Are you suing?
I'm not.
I am. What are you're suing for? Why is that funny? It does baffle me a bit.
Right, we'll just do a bit more.
Because I didn't.
Let's see if we can get Desiree in it, yeah?
And why he got married, why I got married.
told him you had a child?
He came so close, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to because I knew.
You said I have something to tell you that's going to make you feel good, and he said, I hope it's true. Is that right?
The last time I spoke to him.
He said, I hope what you want to tell me is...
I hope what I'm thinking is true.
What do you think he was thinking?
Well, he knew her name was Desiree, and he only called me Desiree because, and we talked about children, a long time ago, and I think he knew that I had a daughter by him. I do.
Well, we're going to let this audience talk to you.
Okay. Right. Just, I'm just jumping around. Now, Elaine, your comment, Elaine, I will say this, the fact that they weren't after his money, inheritance, because this is after Elvis died, that's a good thing. Isn't that a good thing? Surely that makes them look more credible. Surely, even if it's not true, it makes them, how can I explain it? Now, obviously they want fame and attention. They want to sell the book. That's pretty obvious. Yeah. But they're not trying to, right, let's serve a lawsuit, which does also make you think maybe they were scared they would lose the lawsuit, trying to get money because it's not true. Yeah. Because don't forget, guys, I'm not a believer here. I want us to talk about it. I'm not I believe this. Let's all talk about it and see what comes out in the wash. Now, Elaine, I was going to ask you, there was something I was going to ask you to one of your comments. Oh, yes, Elaine, can I ask you, have you read the book? Because normally, Elaine, you are a book reader. You are really, now this book is only £5.80 on Amazon. So have you read the book? I asked you this because obviously you've got a lot of opinions. You clearly don't believe it, which is fine. Most people don't. But have you read the book, Elaine? Come on. You are the book queen of defending Elvis. I challenge you to read it. No, it's a red flag and she would have a birthright in Elvis's will. Let's have a look. So Adana. Hi, Adana. Welcome to Team Elvis. I've been listening to Joe Sims reading the book and it's very compelling and well written, but after seeing the author Desiree Matera, I felt less convinced and I don't think Desiree looks like Elvis. Thank you. Okay, clear and precise. Now I do think Desiree is going to contact our channel. Last night I spoke with someone and said that Desiree is going to contact us at Defending Elvis, and I'm happy to hear what Desiree has to say. Yeah, I'm interested. It's interesting. This is interesting, guys. Oh, bye, Jane. You take care. Have a great day. Yeah, but Elaine, have you read it? That's what I'm asking. Elaine, you may have it, but have you read it? It's important because I think, Elaine, if you read the book, you still probably wouldn't believe it, but you'd be able to give us some information, yeah? Linda, I think she does have his looks. I have 4 siblings. I look like mum. My dad knows. My brother looks like dad. My sister looks like grandpa, etc. Not saying it's true, but I don't know enough. Yes. A massive, do you know what? A massive question. I'm going to ask you all. This is a big question. Guy, there's 44 of you watching. How many of you think that Elvis has had a child other than Lisa Marie Presley? Quite a big question, guys. Knowing Elvis for the life he led, going way back to the 1950s, to the day he died, do any of you think that Elvis ever had a child other than Lisa Marie Presley? I'm asking you this question, guys. Please, come on. 44 answers. Let's have 44 answers. There's 44 of you watching. Let's have a look. Well, I don't think it might have been true when I was reading a poem. Part of it's hard. Sometimes I was yes and no again. Okay, so you kept changing your mind. I believe he has just Lisa Marie. Tanya, you believe he has just Lisa Marie. Debbie, no one will know. David in Wales, no, is a definite no. Pat, Elvis slept around. No, none other than Lisa Marie. Okay. I think there are several Elvis children, given how many girlfriends he had, but also he was paranoid of getting women pregnant. Sheila R said he's avoid doing the impregnating part. So Thea, yes or no? Thea, did Elvis have any other children other than Lisa? Simple answer, yes or no, please. If he had a child early on, I think he would have the child in his life. That's Linda. Carefully, child. So David, yes or no? David, yes or no? Yes or no? I think it's a no. It's not possible, but so Linda Cudden, it's not impossible, but if any child exists, then I would want to see solid proof. Only Lisa, I believe. Yeah, I go along with Linda. Yeah, I don't think he has. Yeah, this is me at defending Elvis. Louis, I don't think he's got other children. But if for me to believe it, I would want proper DNA testing, blood testing, all that. I'd want to know for definite. He would have never abandoned or ignored his child. He had too much love. Yeah, but Linda, they're not. I don't think what the impression I'm getting isn't that he abandoned her, or ignored her. The impression I'm getting is that it was a secret thing that once he found out, and that he'd been searching for Lucy, because for a period of time he thought that Lucy was dead. This is what I was watching last night. So he was looking for Lucy. Part of the story isn't that Lucy, when Desiree was a baby, she had an abusive partner and she went and disappeared for 10 years. Is that part of the story, guys? Right, we've got Shauna's on. Shauna, you know I'm going to play your song. Shauna sent me a lovely song. Hi, Shauna. Everyone say hello to Shauna from Tenderly Loving Elvis. Now, Shauna, just so you know, I am not a believer in the Desiree and Lucy thing. I'm not a believer. But I do want us to debate it. I do think, let's talk about it, because it does seem that everyone at the moment is talking about this story. Yeah, it's all over the place, isn't it? Maybe because Joe is covering it on his Rare Elvis Photos brilliant YouTube channel. Yeah, maybe because of that, it's become news again. So I just think we should talk about it. Now, Shauna, because you've joined us, can I ask you, Shauna, do you think that Elvis has any other children other than Lisa Marie? This is the question that we just asked. Come on, we love Shauna. Tenderly Loving Elvis. Tenderly Loving Elvis. Guys, come on, get over there and subscribe. And Hidden Minds, Renee, please subscribe to his amazing YouTube channel. Yes, when they reconnected years later, he allegedly said, if you're going to say what I think, I hope it's true. Didn't hear the test. So Shauna says, good morning. Oh, I got my coffee. We can be kind of also not believe it. Elvis was paranoid about the ladies. Yeah. I mean, I do think that Joe has got a lot of stick because he's covering this book. And I think that's not nice. I really like Joe. I love his channel. I want to be kind to him. I've even heard that he's getting a bit of hate. People are unsubscribing. Come on, guys. Joe is a good guy. He definitely defends Elvis. I love his channel. So let's be nice to Joe, yeah? Let's at least give him the right to believe what he believes. He feels that he's done a lot of research, He's spoken to Desiree. He's trying to get in touch with Desiree. So he's obviously done some decent research into the topic. So let's at least give him that respect, yeah? I just don't believe unless the DNA is done and I see proof. I'm with you, Shauna. I'm with you. I'm with Shauna. And I would want DNA proof. Now, I do want to get the book. The book was only £5.80 on Amazon, so I've bought it. My device, right, let's have a look. Then why don't Joe read the book by Deborah Presley Brando? That's another one that believes she is Elvis's firstborn. Yes, and I've seen these. Do you know what? It's a good point, Shauna. Maybe he will. Maybe he will. Don't follow the crowd. Don't be afraid to say yes if it rings true. Read the book before you decide. I'm fine with that. Jack Doe. Jack Doe, are you new to this channel? Right, okay. Now, Shauna, we're going to have a very short break while I make a tea. And guess what, guys? Shauna sent me a song. Shauna, can I embarrass you just for a minute? Now, you guys know that we had a bit of a difficult day yesterday with someone, and a lot of you reached out and gave me support, which I appreciate. You know that this situation, I completely forgive them. I have no bad feelings. But Shauna reached out, offered her support, and even sent us a song. So I'm going to play Shauna's song, and I'm going to make a cup of tea. I hope you don't mind, Shauna. She did it all for all of us. And I do appreciate, loads of you sent me messages of support, guys. Now, I've got to learn my lesson. I've got to be a little bit more careful. Yeah. Sometimes I think I can be a bit gullible. So, oh well, guys, let's play it. I'm just going to make a cup of tea, guys. Shauna.
So weary, but I must go alone till the Lord comes and calls me away. Oh, yes. Well, the morning so bright and the Lamb is alive, and night is as black as the sea. Oh, yes. There will be peace in the valley for me. Oh, Lord, I pray. There will be peace in the valley for me. Oh, Lord, I pray. There'll be no sadness, no sorrow, no trouble I see. there will be peace in the valley. Honey, honey.
Okay, we're back. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Shauna. Let me just put this down. So kind for you to do that for me and for Team Elvis, guys. Really nice. Love it. It means a lot when we all come together and support each other. It really means a lot to me because we're more than just an Elvis channel, a Defending Elvis channel. I feel that we are a family that is growing, not just Team Elvis, but with other YouTube channels as well, like Shauna's channel, Hidden Minds, Presley Mania, Rare Elvis Photos, and a few others. Yeah, I like to think that we have a movement together that ultimately, what do we really want to do? We want to expose the truth for Elvis. We want to expose the wrongdoing towards Elvis, and we do it together. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna keep going with this. Yeah, so you guys are all giving Shauna some. Yeah, come on, we love Shauna. Right. I'm gonna go to Amazon. Let's have a look. I'm going to go to Amazon and just look at the book and read what it says, read the review. Then I was thinking I'm going to go over to the Defending Elvis Facebook page and find the Lucy Desiree post. And Joe is on there. Joe Sins is on there. And I want to look at some of the comments. So, but let's go to Amazon first. Now, I'm so pleased that Joe joins us on our Facebook page and chats with us and replies to comments. He's been on here with us before as well. I love it. You know, guys, when YouTube channels join us like Shauna, I love it. Absolutely love it. So let's find the so I'm going to show you my order if it's going to come. Right, here we go. So I ordered it yesterday. They're not brand new, these books. So Are You Lonesome Tonight? It's the big version, the hardback copy, which I prefer, to be honest with you. I know the paperback ones seem to be worth more money. Let's see if we can go on it. Let's see if we can get a write-up on it. I'm not sure if it's going to do it. Let's have a look. No, we might have to just type it in as a new one. Let's type it in and see what happens. Okay. Right, so we'll click on it. We'll see if it gives us a review. Let's see what it says. Book overview. Are You Lonesome Tonight? Untold story of Elvis and Presley, the one true love and the child that he never knew, by Matira, Darby Barbin, and Lucy. Let's have a look. Is it going to give us anything else? Come, we want a review. There's no reviews on here. I'm really surprised. Let's have a look. God, there must be a review on here. Come on. Here we go. What's that? Let's click on that. Right, here we go. I found one. I really do believe this story, and I do believe that DNA has been requested and declined. Is that true, guys? Is that true? And Lisa Marie, by Lisa Marie Presley. So they're saying that Lisa Marie Presley declined it. One second. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, let me just. So then it says, I think Lisa has made the right choices, and this would open the floodgates for everyone who thinks they are blood relations of Elvis to request a DNA test also. This is very moving, a very moving story, very well written, well worth a read. So is this true? Guys, I'm asking you guys, did Lisa Marie decline DNA testing? Is there any truth in that? I'm just going to quickly go through your comments. Okay, so now we're not in a rush, guys. We're just going to chill out and go through this. So Julie S says, none of us know, possibly if Elvis had other children or not. He could have fathered other kids. It is possible. And we, guys, we have to accept that it is possible, isn't it? It is possible. I would say, definitely. Let's have a look. Let's keep going. I really want you guys to have your say. So Shauna says, Deborah Presley Brando says the same thing too and has a book, but as with all claiming there's no DNA. It's true, guys. We haven't had any DNA stuff. Yeah, and we are covering the Bridget Cruz stuff, definitely, 100%. We're so glad that she joins our channel. It means a lot to me. I want her to join us again because obviously she joined us that day. I think it was a few weeks ago, and we're waiting for her to come back so we can give her another interview and ask her some tough questions. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, Elaine. Thank you. You know we love you. Right. Let me keep going on this. I'm going to go onto the Facebook page in a minute. I just want to read a bit more on Amazon. So the book was £5.80. It was very, very cheap from the UK. I think it was £2.95 delivery. Very, very cheap book to buy. Yeah. Right. So this is the next review. This is quite a long review. Let's read it. I think this was a nice story, but it's a story is all it is. I think that Lucy is deluded if she expects us to believe everything written is true. When Elvis was at his most famous, he couldn't fart without the world knowing it. Okay, I get your point. Yet here is someone who expects us to believe that she carried on a 20-year affair with the man, meeting in hotels, at one point even picked her up from the airport in his own car without drawing attention. I get the point. Pat says it's a fairy tale. All right, Elaine, you got it for £1.50 from a charity shop. I love charity shops. Come on, guys. We love charity shops, don't we? I love them. Even my kids love the charity shops. Another time, she says, he drove her to Graceland and parked outside the gates. This was in the early 70s when there was always fans outside, but apparently no one saw them. If she is so sure that Elvis is the father of the child, why does she not get a blood test done? DNA will settle it once and for all and put the matter to bed. Now, the interview that I watched last night, even though it was an old interview, she says that she did 3 blood tests. What is that, guys? What is that? Was she lying? She was going to tell Elvis about his daughter, but he died 3 days later. Also, she was going to pop into Graceland in 1979 to introduce her daughter to Vernon. He died 2 days later before she was due to visit. How convenient. Now, one of the things I read last night, guys, was that Vesta knew about it. Vesta knew about it, but obviously he died as well. Right. I have read many of the books regarding Elvis, some good, some bad, some on his side, others against. However, this one is just pure fantasy. This one is just pure fantasy. Yeah, Shauna, I agree. Let's see the paperwork. Let's see the paperwork. In all the books I have read over the years, when they have been speaking about the many girls Elvis dated, there were a few. These stories' claims are always supported by photos. This book does not contain any photos of the two of them together. Also, she says her daughter is the image of her dad. I'm sorry, I can't see it myself. So she has dark hair and eyes, but so do millions of children. I will say this, guys. I don't think she looks like Elvis. I understand that with the dark hair, and she's very pretty. She's a beautiful lady, yeah. You know, the tan skin. How people think, oh yeah, they look alike. But actually, no. We all know, as Elvis fans, we know that Elvis was fair-haired. Elvis had quite light hair. Even, I would say this, even the shape of her face looks different. The cheekbones are quite big. She looks different. The shape of her lips, the way her teeth are, even her nose, it's all very different than Elvis. She looks more like her mum. Do you guys agree with that? I would say she definitely looks more like her mother, Lucy, Desiree, yeah? What do you think, guys? Do you think Desiree looks anything like Elvis? I personally don't, yeah? You know, I'm not fooled by the black hair because Elvis didn't have black hair. Let's have a look. Let me just see if I can get a picture up. Let's see if we can get a nice clear picture up, yeah? And then we'll read your comments. Now, here we go. Now, I would say she looks like her mother. Yeah, she looks like her mum, doesn't she? She didn't look like Elvis. You know, we have to ignore this dark hair stuff because it doesn't mean nothing because Elvis didn't have dark hair. There's one more here. Now you look at, she looks like her mum. Let's see if I can zoom in on, I'm going to zoom in on Desiree. She doesn't look like Elvis. She does not look like Elvis, honestly. Now, when I talk about Desiree and Lucy and all the rest of it, I'm not trying to disrespect Joe Sins at Rare Elvis Photos. I'm just saying I don't think she looks like Elvis. That's it. Yeah, I'm doing this with respect. Okay. Right. Let me just read a couple of your comments, and then I'm going to read a couple more reviews because I actually quite like that review. Because as we're reading the reviews, guys, I'm learning. Yeah, because I don't know enough about it. I'm not very well versed on the topic of Desiree and Lucy. Really don't know anything about it. See, I don't think the cheekbones are similar, Linda. Honestly, I don't. I think they're too big. Hi, Sherry. I think I did message you, Sherry. Linda, you could do an ancestor test. Other relatives, you don't need a father. Desiree looks nothing like Lisa. She definitely does not. We are allowed to disagree and be kind about it. Yeah, that's it. Because I look, if Joe wants to believe it, it's completely fine. It's okay. It's okay. You know, it's pretty obvious that I am leaning to not believing it. It's pretty obvious, but I do it with respect. I don't blame Desiree for letting this rest now after decades, after being in the public eye and not being believed. Now, Jack Doe, do you believe it? Yes, you believe it. Can you tell me why you believe it? I mean this in a nice, kind way. Why do you believe it? So Teresa thinks these people are delusional. Bye, Elaine. You know I love you. Have a great day. they could check with the hospital and find out if they have any samples of Lisa's DNA in which her daughter would probably have to give permission. Hi, Lloyd. Hope you're well, Lloyd. Thanks for your comment. In my opinion, I think that they're jealous of Lisa because what to be in Lisa's shoes. Okay, thanks, Pat. You will have Louis just get ready to pick my granddaughter up. Didn't want to miss your live. Okay, thank you. Right, I want to read, before I go onto the Facebook page, I want to just finish off this comment. Let's have a look. I have read many books regarding Elvis, some good, some bad, some on the side and some against. However, this one is just pure fantasy. In all the books I've read over the years, when they have been speaking about the many girls Elvis dated, there were a few. These stories claims are always supported by photos. Yeah, oh, sorry, we've just read this. And it's true. There is no picture of Lucy with Elvis. Yeah, we agreed on that. There is no picture of Lucy with Elvis. Priscilla, don't allow Lisa and the time and Riley allow herself to be controlled by Priscilla more than Lisa did. Priscilla didn't allow Lisa at the time and Riley. Right, so, okay, Jack is saying it was because of Priscilla. Julie S. Hi, Julie. Elvis got around sexually. He could have fathered more kids. Yes, but I will say this. The thing I've learned, the more I've been doing this channel, the more I've realized that Elvis many times, maybe more often than not, didn't want sex with these people. He wanted company, companionship. He liked being with women. He didn't sleep with them all. I also have read that he was very careful. He didn't want to get anyone pregnant. Elvis was careful. Did not want to get people pregnant. So I'm not just going to assume that he was sleeping with hundreds of girls. I don't go with that. I actually think Elvis got bored of sex. Seriously, this is just my opinion, guys. I think when you've got it on a plate and you can have sex whenever you want it, yeah, you lose interest. You lose interest, yeah. Let's have a look. So whether or not this story is true, who's to say? But it's quite an enjoyable read. Lucy does not come across as a fantasist. What's this? A fantasist. But then again, there are too many coincidences for it to ring true. If she was his secret love and did have his child, wouldn't someone know about it? What about DNA testing? One meeting they had did make me laugh. In other books, we read about Elvis not being too sophisticated in his late teens. But there is Lucy's modeling at Memphis Zoo when Elvis comes up on a white horse like her knight in shining armor to see her. Good grief. However, this is well written, easy to follow, and makes you think, if this is true, why did she put up with it for so long? The phrase of get a life springs to mind. True story, don't know, but perhaps she met once. Perhaps, so he's saying perhaps she met him once, Lucy. Like so many others with celebrity lives and fantasy, life in her head with him. However, it is true, then both their lives would have been better if they had been together. Okay, interesting. Only if he wasn't responsible. Julie, knowing his beliefs, I don't think so. He would have had her in his life. I think a few of you are saying that if it's true, Elvis wouldn't have turned his back to them. I think you're saying that, but we don't know what went on in secret. Yeah, we don't. You know, is it possible that it was kept a secret if it's true? Yeah, I'm just thinking out loud, guys. Right, I couldn't put it down. I read it in a couple of days. I thought the book was well written, but I am still on the fence. If everything was told truthfully, I want to believe that Elvis and Lucy were soulmates, as she seemed so sincere and they seemed like the perfect couple. It's a shame that they had to keep everything secret and nothing was mentioned of her in any of the other girlfriends' books. I will read it again as all of my girlfriends' Priscilla's books. This was my top 5 as well as Ginger Alden, Linda Thompson, Anita Wood, Child Bride, Michael Edwards' book, Elvis, Priscilla and Me. I just got done reading Down at the End of Lonely Street, my ultimate favorite Elvis book from birth to death. This was the most exclusive, truthful book on our sweet, beautiful Elvis. Okay, well, that's interesting. This person, Alison, is saying that her favorite book ever written about Elvis that was truthful is Down at the End of Lonely Street. Do any of you have that book, Down at the End of Lonely Street? Right, so Julie, not every child looks like parents. Sometimes it's the spitting image of the other parent. Genetics is different with each case. Julie, I got 5 kids. I know. Right, let's have a look. Next. I was skeptical before buying the book that could possibly be a story out there that I hadn't heard about Elvis, especially a story of as major as this one. I had read dozens of Elvis books and saw all of the movies and documentaries. If I had never ever heard the name Lucy DeBarban before this, when I sat down to read it, I expected to read some sort of unbelievable yet entertaining delusional fantasy about Elvis, but was surprised that the story and all the facts in the book were actually very believable. Now, this is why Joe believes it, I think. It's a very believable story. The book is very well written, yeah? Some find it hard to believe that such secrets could have been kept for so long, but times were different then. People did keep secrets because there were so many things that were looked upon as shameful and disgraceful. And during that era, everything is different today because of the media and the paparazzi. But back then, private lives were kept private, and Miss DeBarban's reasons for keeping this affair to herself are completely valid. The facts in the book mesh with everything else I've learned about Elvis over the years, and even answer a few unanswered questions that I am sure many Elvis fans have wondered about. Read it for yourself before you form an opinion. It is wonderful. It is a wonderful love story, as well as a gift to Elvis fans everywhere. P.S. As far as the eye color debate goes, I have blue eyes and both of my parents have brown eyes. That's pretty good review. That person believes it. That person had their mind changed. Yeah. Started reading it. Oh, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. But then got into the book, found it a beautiful love story. And by the end of the book, believes that it's true. Fair enough. Fair enough. And I think the advice that person gives is great. Read the book before you form an opinion. Read the book before you form an opinion. I think that's good. So Shauna says, plus Lucy said Elvis wrote her poem. They misspelled the words, and Elvis wouldn't misspell words. He was a smart man. Handwriting also doesn't match. Great comment, Shauna. So Ayisa. No, that Elvis womanizer, it is the woman who always after him. Well, I believe that. Ayisa, they definitely were. Women are very forward. I know. I was a DJ for 26 years. Women are very forward. No offense, girls. I heard that Tom Parker said he wanted Elvis to have a girlfriend and get an abortion. Did anyone else hear the same thing? I've heard it, Pat. Come on. It's possible, guys. Lucy comes across a very likable person in the book and the interview, and Priscilla comes across as insecure time and time again. I think I'm going to agree with that. Let's have a look. Louis, each child is different from Elvis. have been Desiree's father, and she looks like her mother. I mean, I personally don't think so. Yeah. If we're going to go on looks, I don't think so. I've watched a lot of documentaries, both sides of the story. Both sides can be convincing. It's how the story is told. Sometimes you can't just know. Yeah, that's a great comment, Linda. Thank you. Come on, guys, it's interesting, isn't it? This is interesting. I really believe that. Yeah. I wasn't going to cover this story, but I've been thinking of covering it since I've been noticing it on YouTube. Yeah, Elaine's just sent me her copy of that she bought from the charity shop. Look, £1.50. I'll read it. There's a poem on there. I loved your dance, he said, smiling brightly. I enjoyed your song. I mumbled, still trying to get around him. You're not leaving, are you? He asked. I don't even know your name. Lucy, I said. What's yours? I immediately regretted asking. I had to leave. Elvis Presley, he said. What a strange name, I thought. Will I see you again? He asked. I can't, I said, bowing my head to avoid having him look in my eyes. Good luck with your singing. Obviously, no, not a poem. Just this is in Elaine's book. I'll just show. Look, I'll read it as well. This is Elaine's book that she bought in a charity shop. This is the cover. Elvis's one true love and the child he never knew. See, the trick in that is they're trying to make them look similar. Yeah, if you look, you've obviously got Desiree and the mum. And they're trying to make Desiree look like Elvis. But come on, we know that Elvis didn't have black hair. We know Elvis dyed his hair. I heard because he wanted to look like Tony Curtis. Did any of you hear that? Elvis wanted to look like Tony Curtis, which is why he dyed his hair black. Is this true? Come on, Shauna, is it true? Elvis wanted to look like Tony Curtis. Right, I'm going to read the back of this book, Elaine's book. One night in Memphis, Elvis Presley, aged 18, fell in love with a beautiful 16-year-old Lucy DeBarban. Their passionate romance lasted until he died. Yet only they knew about it. Now, this is the big thing, isn't it, guys? There's no pictures. No pictures, no other witnesses, no one else knew about it. Elvis inspired Lucy to free herself from the brutal husband that forced on her at age 11. Lucy repaid him by sacrificing herself, her love, so he could achieve and maintain the fame that he cherished. And the darkest secret of all, Lucy gave birth to Elvis's daughter, Desiree, but concealed the child from him and the world to save him from scandal. Now, after a decade of anguish, Lucy tells the whole story from her daughter's sake. The result is a touching, at times heartbreaking tale of love and the most compelling portrait of the king ever published. Good words, guys. Doesn't give a year. I was just seeing to see if it gives a year when this book came out. Let me just see if it's on the front. I don't think it is. No, there's no year. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you for doing that. Let me just thank her. Thank you. I just read it out. Thank you. I just read it out. Read it out. Okay. Thanks, Elaine. Right. Right. You're so that's it. So well, it's been fun, Louis, and all, but I have to go to work. Thank you, Shauna. Thank you. You have a great day, Shauna. You know I love it when you join us. It means a lot to me. Please subscribe to Shauna's lovely channel, Tenderly Loving Elvis. It's on YouTube, guys. Please subscribe. Right. Let me just read this. Yeah, so Linda, you heard that it's Tony Curtis. I love Tony Curtis. Tony Curtis is one of my favorite all-time actors. Love him, love him, love him, love him. I must do more research on Lucy de Barbin. I'm doubtful, but all I can say is once a woman claimed to be a Dutch princess daughter and she was ridiculed, then the DNA test proved that she was right. Fair enough, Gio. Fair enough. Very serious comment for Gio. Gio, we like it when you're serious. Elvis used the hair dye Black Velvet like Alana Miles' song. I got black hair too, but now it's ice blonde. Well, my hair used to be black. As you can see, I dye my hair now. I definitely don't have black hair now. No, the top of my hair is still dark, but my side bits are grey, pure grey on the sides, guys. So you know me, I dye my hair. I'm proud to dye my hair. I love having my hair in a quiff. Always have since I was 4. I've been brill creaming my hair in a quiff since I was 4. And I always get stick for it. Why do you have a quiff? Why do you have a quiff? Why don't you cut off your quiff? You should cut off your quiff. Even my wife says it. Even my wife says to me, cut your quiff off. And even my brother says it to me. Never. I will never cut my quiff off, ever. I will keep it till the day I die. Right, let's have a look. Be blessed. All have a great day, and thanks. It was fun as always. Thank you, Shauna. Ayisa, buy me a coffee. Thank Ayisa. Thank you so much. Any of you want to buy me a coffee, guys? Go ahead. Click the super thank you button. I really appreciate it. Really kind of you. Thank you so much, Ayisa. Thank you so much. The book was published in 1988. I read it in 1989, and it didn't come across as fake then, and it doesn't now. Jack, I respect, Jack Doe, I respect that you believe the book. I have nothing negative to say about that at all, nothing. Lucy de Barbin may be telling the truth. We don't know and never will know the truth. She is dead, and so is Elvis. So all of you can do is assume, and that's it. I agree that we don't know the truth. Julie S., we don't know the truth. Just Rubes gets me a coffee. Just Rubes, you are very kind to me. Thank you so much. I send you love. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Today I'm gonna go to Costa Coffee and get myself a coffee. Thank you very much, guys. Right. I want to let's just do one more review. Then I think we should go to the Facebook page. Oh no, that was the last review. Okay, so now we're going to go to Defending Elvis Presley Facebook page. Let's have a look. So on the Defending Elvis, so this, in case you don't know, guys, we have a 24-hour chat on the Facebook page. You join the page and then you click the button chat, then you join our 24-hour chat. Yeah. So I definitely invite all of you, please join the page. Oh, Pat, thank you, Pat. That is so kind. I'm going to get my wife one. Pat's just bought me a coffee. Now, when you guys send me a couple of things, me and my wife, we both go together and we get a coffee. Thank you. Pat, you're very kind. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. It shows me you like what I do. It shows me you like what I do. Right, let's go to the Facebook page. Now, let's see if we can find it, yeah? I was trying to... Now, someone messaged me last night and said that Joe has been on our... Joe from Rare Elvis Photos has been on our Facebook and has joined in with this debate to do with Lucy and Desiree. I've got to find it, mind. Let's have a look. Now, remember, I highly recommend Rare Elvis Photos. I think it's got a brilliant, one of my favorite Elvis YouTube channel. And he's an Elvis defender, 100%. 100% he's an Elvis defender. I just love his channel. And I love his passion. Right, here we go. So I think someone posted this. So Yeah, I think it was Nicola Simpson. Nicola, are you on? And on that, there has been 277 comments. Now, someone messaged me last night and they were saying to me that on the 24-hour chat, on our Defending Elvis Presley 24-hour chat, that a couple of you had been a bit mean to them because they believe the story of Lucy and Desiree. I think the author is called Desiree. So the person that messaged me just reached out to me and said, please, can you get people to be kinder to me on the 24-hour chat? I'm not going to say their name, but guys, when they discuss the Lucy, when the Lucy and the Desiree subject is brought up on our 24-hour page, can we just be nice? Can we be kind? Can we be respectful? Also, please don't turn against Joe Sins. Joe Sins is a great guy. Yeah. He's a proper Elvis fan. He's a proper Elvis defender. He's also a very talented man, and he runs a brilliant YouTube channel. Can we be nice to him? Please don't unsubscribe to him just because he believes this story. Yeah, please. He's got a great channel, guys. Please subscribe to Rare Elvis Photos. He's a lovely man. He's a lovely man. He's been on our show a few times. He's joined. He's got the decency to join our Facebook page and comment on our Facebook page. The least we can do to him and to people that bring up this story, let's show them some kindness. Remember, Team Elvis, we are kind. We are kind. Yeah. Right. Let me click. I'm going to click on the comments and we're going to read them. Yeah, I love Joe. He's a brilliant guy. I really like him. And when I was told that he's been getting a bit of a backlash, people have been unsubscribing and that, and he's getting a lot of flack for believing in this story, I just felt, I think he doesn't deserve that. He takes the time to get these books and slowly go through them. I think he's unwell at the moment, isn't he? He's got a bit of a cold at the moment. He takes the time to make these videos and shares them with the Elvis fans. I think the least we can do is give him some respect and show him some good manners. Yeah. Anyway, right. Yeah, I just don't think that's fair. Thanks, Linda. Right. Anyway, right. Here we go. So we're going to start reading through some of the comments. There is no DNA available to compare because Lisa Marie never made it available. Well, is that true, guys? Is that true? Is a possibility that there's eggs? Isn't there? Isn't that a possibility now because of this so-called alleged alleged grandchild? With, you know, because obviously she had babies under IVF. So I'm just thinking out loud. I'm thinking out loud, guys. Right, let me see. So Elaine says, why I don't get it is why she waited till Elvis died. I don't get that she had done a DNA test. Also, if Elvis knew he had other children, he would want to know and acknowledge them. Well, my answer to that is, or he wanted to keep it a secret. Yeah? Let's have a look. Tamara, you don't need Lisa's DNA. You just need the person wanting to know. Ayisa, shall I say my hair is still untouched by the chemical, like perming, colorizing? Because mine is so thick, thanks to my mother. My hair now is past my waist. Oh, that's good. That's cool, Ayisa. DNA wasn't used until 1986. That's a good point, Tamara. We can see David definitely doesn't believe it. Right, let me just keep going on these comments. Not true. Elvis specified in his will to only acknowledge children born from legal marriage. That said, he would have acknowledged Desiree. Lucy waited until Elvis's death because That's when I discovered her and Desiree and convinced them to share the magnificent love and sacrificial story with the world. The timing was incidental. The DNA test against whom the Presley estate has never cooperated with the DNA test. Right, guys, I've just realized something. This is the author. This is the author. Let me just show you. Let's see if it's going to focus. There we go. Desiree Matira. Desiree Matira. Now, Desiree Matira is the author of the book. Now, the person last night who was speaking to me did say to me that the author has been on our Defending Elvis channel. Okay. That's interesting, guys. So I want to read his comment again because it's the actual author. So the author right, let me just see if there's any other comments coming from the author. So the author is replying to Elaine. Not true. Elvis specified in his will only to acknowledge children born from legal marriage. That said, he would have acknowledged Desiree. Lucy waited until Elvis's death because that's when I discovered her and Desiree and convinced them to share their magnificent love and sacrificial story with the world. The timing was incidental. DNA tests against whom the Presley estate have never cooperated with any DNA tests. Do you know what, guys? To me, that's a big deal. We've got the author. Let me just tell Elaine. The author commented. Right. Let's see. There's a reply. So Elaine says, Desiree Matira, she told her daughter after his death, a big red flag. Elvis would never have kept any of his children secret. Well, do you know what? I actually don't agree with that Elvis wouldn't have kept it secret. Because I actually think Elvis would have kept it secret. Now, we've got the sun in my face, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to carry on. So let me just see if there's any more comments from Desiree. Right. So Desiree says, doesn't take much to get the Lucy haters to feed their hate. Sad. Compare Lucy's loyalty to Elvis and Priscilla's. Yeah, so I can tell Dairy's a bit annoyed here, isn't he? But do you know what? I will, Dairy, if you watch this show, I will say this to you, that I don't think it's hate. I think people just don't believe it and feel insulted. I would say that. I would say people just don't believe it and feel insulted by the book because they believe it's a pack of lies. So we have to I think we should show respect. I think we should be like, the people that do believe it, let's give them respect, like Desiree, who obviously wrote the book. And then the people that don't believe it, let's give them respect because it's their right to not believe it. Now, I do think that we should treat each other in a kind way. So the people that do believe it, please be kind to the people that don't believe it. Yeah? Does that make sense, guys? Let me just see if there's any more comments from Desiree. I know. Right. So Desiree says, right. Now there's a comment here from Caroline, and then Desiree replies. So where is all those lovely pictures of them together? She doesn't have any. I'm sure there's a good explanation. And then she does a crying face. It's really cool that she knew Elvis Nixon's suit was purple. Yeah, I've heard this brought up before about Nixon's suit was purple, but it was black. I've heard this. Elvis wore the jacket over his shoulder. Right. So then Desiree replies, please tell the class who takes photos of people in the secret relationship long before selfies, what would be the purpose? Okay. Right, I'm just going to keep looking at these comments. Now, I'm not trying to make Desiree look bad. Desiree, I'm trying to do this in a respectful way. No insult to you, okay? Right, so you got Helen, Kathy O'Brien, I think, and Helen Monday do not believe it. So then you got Desiree saying Desiree was in a bad traffic accident and had her nose put back to the way it was, and a few facial scars covered up. It's all happened before she even knew she was Elvis's daughter. Please stop with the slander and libel. So, right, okay. I didn't know this. So Desiree has had an accident and she had facial scars covered up and her nose put back to how it was. I didn't know that. Right, let's read this comment. Read the book. She has places and dates that no one would know unless they lived it. This is Angie Napier. Obviously believes it, yeah? She has a poem that's 100% from EAP. And they said there was a woman named Desiree, but not a child, but they didn't know that was his nickname for Lucy. Okay, so Desiree was his nickname for Lucy. Is that right? And why she named her daughter the name from a movie they liked. Is that true, guys? The whole nickname? Let me just check your comments. Josie Jones, Jane. I think Joe also talked about Desiree. Yeah, my daughter-in-law does my hair. Let's have a look. So Karen, you do need to read the book. Karen, I don't read. When are you guys going to get it? I don't read. I read one page. That's enough for me. Well, I'm reading now, I suppose. Right, let's have a look. Furthermore, the man who bought her as a child for an arranged marriage, his sister sued back when this came out in the mid-80s. Just as Elvis Presley Enterprises meeting to dampen the interest because they knew and refused to let them publish her poem that was worth 100 to 200K then and in the millions today, saying it was EP's writing. They never sold it and still have it. The poem is 100% from Elvis, but not included in the book. Elvis Presley Enterprises couldn't stop them from posting something they owned. That's just silly. Right, here we go. We got Joe commenting now. Now, Joe Sins from Rare Elvis Photos. Priscilla Presley and Elvis Presley Enterprises have locked down the DNA. Now, I repeat, this is Joe at Rare Elvis Photos. Because don't forget, Joe must have done enough research to believe it, yeah? To convince him, yeah? He's probably put a lot of time into this, hundreds of hours, yeah? Well, maybe not hundreds, but dozens of hours, yeah? Priscilla Presley and Elvis Presley Enterprises have locked down the DNA. Do any of you guys believe that? That the DNA has been locked down by Priscilla and Elvis Presley Enterprises? So we've got Elvis and Lisa Marie. Hi, Louie and Team Elvis. Hope you're well. Lou, I heard you say you had a bit of a time of it yesterday on a live for saying be kind. That's awful. You don't deserve that. Kate, thank you. Thank you. I definitely did not deserve it. And I didn't. Kate, you know I love you and I love your comments. I didn't. No, I don't know why that happened. You know, to just cut a long story short, I just thought someone was being very cruel, someone that we had promoted, and I just sent a very short message, and all I said was, please be nice, please be nice. That's all I said. And then I received a 20-minute long hate video. Don't understand it. do not understand it, guys. I do, but I still forgive them. I have no hard feelings, and I wish them well in the future. But I won't be promoting them anymore. That's all. Right, let's have a look. Let's keep going, see what other comments we can find. So, you know, I'm pleased that Joe comments. I like Joe, and I'm glad that he joins our Defending Elvis channel and joins in with Team Elvis. I like that. So Michelle, Diana. Michelle, are you here today? Michelle's not here. Comments, it's a load of BS. Yeah. Now, why isn't Michelle with us? Should I tell Michelle we're live? She normally joins. Michelle, are you not with us today? I'll just let Michelle know we're live. Right, okay. But Michelle, you can catch up later. So we've got the author now of the book on our Defending Elvis Facebook page. Michelle says it's a load of BS. So the author, Desiree Matira, says, so how did Lucy acquire the $1 million poem in Elvis verified handwriting that mentions their love story? His nickname for the Lucy was Desiree. Yeah, so I don't know this bit because I haven't read the book, but it does seem that does Desiree own the poem? Do any of you know the answer to this? Does Desiree own the poem? So we've got Dan. Hi, Dan. Not one person close to Elvis ever heard of her or had any mention of her by Elvis in all those years. Elvis never went out alone. They would have known something. So if any of you are late in this video, in this live stream, please don't think I'm a believer. I am not a believer. I am just debating it, researching it with Team Elvis. Yeah? That's all we're doing. We're doing a live stream. There's 56 of you watching. Thank you so much. And we're just going through it together. We're going through the motions together. I'm trying to be respectful. Josie says Joe might know that. Oh, yeah, about the poem. Yeah. Thank you, Josie. Linda, I don't think she will either. She said she blocked Louis. Yeah. But block me for what reason? This is the thing, Pat. Block me, why? Because I said be nice. It doesn't make sense. Remember, I really helped that channel. We boosted that channel by 500 subscribers. And we did nothing. Team Elvis and me showed nothing but kindness to that channel. Nothing but kindness. And if you watch the rant, the 20-minute rant, she consistently repeats, how dare you tell me to be nice? How dare you tell me to be nice? How dare you tell me to be nice? Come on, guys. What is wrong with telling someone to be nice? Nothing. Anyway, let's keep going. Sorry, off topic slightly. But I forgive and I send love. You know, it's all good, guys. It's all good. Kate and Angie T, yeah, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I'm not going to say the name. I don't want to say the name of the channel. I won't do it. Yeah, it makes no sense, Pat. It makes no sense. I don't get it. I don't get it. Right, let's keep going. So Desiree, I will say this to Desiree, that he keeps saying the author. He does keeps. People are coming out with their comments. So, for example, Janet says, the first to create a love story, oh my, they were on shows and promoting their book the first 5 years after his passing. It was an unbelievable long list of tales, which I think that is true, isn't it? I think they did do a lot of interviews. I don't know if it was 5 years, but they did do a lot of interviews. That's yes, Kate. Right. So then Desiree Matira. Now Desiree, I'm trying to be respectful. Desiree Matira, you say to Janet, you've based your libel and slander upon what? Now, Remember, I'm just an outsider trying to sort of be fair. And this is what I think. I don't think us having comments, opinions, or not believing the book means that we're libelous or being slanderous. I just think we're voicing our opinions. Now, whether people believe it or don't believe it, I respect that. But if people do not believe it, I will say this to you, Desiree. You do come across slightly defensive. Desiree, my friend, I say this to you. If people don't believe your book, it isn't libelous, it isn't slanderous. It's just they don't believe it. You know, I think we need to just calm it and just understand that many people are going to not like the book. People feel protective towards Elvis. People are fed up with other people that are also saying that Elvis has secret children. So I just think I think Elvis fans are being protective. Now, I'm not going to say to Desiree that it's not true. I wasn't there. I don't know. Elvis wasn't my friend. I didn't know Lucy. So I can't 100% say that it's not true. I can't do that. But I will say this. I completely understand why people don't believe it. I completely understand why people do not believe it. And I also understand that people who have read the book, you know, they've put a lot of time in and read the book and broke down the facts. I also can see that some of them have had their mind changed. They've had their mind changed. So from the sounds of it, if you read the book, Are You Lonesome Tonight? I think some people will change their mind and believe it. That is their right. So if you read this book, guys, and you change your opinion and think, do you know what? It's true. That's fine. That's fine. And this has happened with Joe at Rare Elvis Photos. He's read the book. He's done some research. He's spoken to Desiree. He's now trying to contact Desiree. He's a good guy. He's a good-hearted guy. He's a true Elvis fan, Joe is. So if you believe it, you believe it. If you don't, you don't. We're going to be kind either way. The democracy means free speech when then does a certain person that you want us to be nice to always threaten legal action? What's nice about that? I don't, Jack Doe, I don't understand that comment. When then does a certain person you want us to be nice always threaten legal action? I don't know. Please explain that. Sorry. Yeah, I won't name names. Yeah, Linda, thank you. I won't name names. Oh, no, Kate, please don't worry. Kate, we love you. Don't worry. It's all good. It's all good. Wow, might feel heavy now. Beds. All right, so Aisa, you're tired. Bye, Aisa. You take care. Thank you for joining us. Kate, I was confused yesterday to when I came on later, but as soon as they said I knew who it was. Yeah. I forgive them. I send love. I forgive. Always from a place of love. The author has seen Lucy's diaries and it took 2 years to convince her to let him write the story. Thanks, Jane. So Jane, you might have you joined us late? Jane, do you believe it? And just, I say that, you know, in a polite way. I know, Linda, I should have thought of that. I know Louis like that. I just was so surprised. Anyway, never mind. It's okay. Guys, I'm completely fine. I really appreciate your support. Lucy says, out of deep love, she kept it secret and out of respect for Elvis. So why not keep the secret even after his death? True or not, it was self-serving. That's why. Thanks, Dan. Thank you. That's a fair comment, I think. Okay, so Do you know what? We've been on for 2 hours. I'm going to have to go because otherwise my wife's going to tell me off. But I've really enjoyed this. We've had a really good debate. I think we need to do a part 2. Why shouldn't Lucy tell her story? As she does have a story to tell. Perhaps we all have a book in us. I agree, Jack Doe. I agree with you. I'd love to speak to Desiree, and I think Desiree is gonna contact me. I'd love to speak to Desiree and chat about it. I think it's fair to say we don't know the truth. Me personally, Louis at Defending Elvis Presley, how can I say this? It's a tough one, guys. I'm on the spot now. My gut instinct is to not believe it. But I would also add, it could be true. We were not there. It could be true. Can I, before we go, guys, because I'm going to go in a second, can I just ask all of you, there's 50 of you, thank you so much for joining us at Team Elvis, joining us at Defending Elvis, Fans Want the Truth. We do 2 daily live streams, sometimes 3. Yeah, Jane, I agree. They are interesting. I love Joe's channel. I love it. Can I ask a final question before we go? Does anyone believe it? Anybody here that believes it's true? The book, Are You Lonesome Tonight, that Desiree is Elvis's grandchild. Does anyone here believe it's true? Bye, David. Pat needs proof. That's fine. I'm the same as you, Pat. I want more proof. Sandra is a yes. Hi, Sandra. I respect, Sandra, I respect your honesty to say that you think it's true. Trudy, I believe in DNA. Okay, we want the DNA test. Karen, hi Karen, possibly, yeah. Could be true as the time of events and births, control, etc. As young as they were. Nicola Simpson, could be true. I think that's a very honest answer. Jane, I'm not really sure. Pat still needs proof. Yes, I'm still up in the air about it. Josie Jones. Karen Thomas, I keep going one way then the other. Geo, 2 things. Yes, she had a relationship with Elvis. Okay. Is her daughter Elvis's daughter? Don't know. Okay, well, Gio, I respect that. You're saying that Elvis definitely had a relationship with Lucy. With the daughter bit, that's a possibility, isn't it, guys? That Elvis had a love affair with Lucy, and then the child, the father of Desiree, is someone else. That's an option. David says no. David in Wales says no. David Lohman. Nicola, DNA, yes, I would believe it, yes, but not going to by what her mum said. Okay. Now, Nicola, have you read the book? Because remember, in the review on Amazon, it says if you read the book, it may change your mind. So, Nicola, have you read the book? I'm just interested in that. Now, remember, I have not read the book. I just want some proof that all I am saying is it's definitely not true. So Linda Cudden, I think that's a fair response. I am not saying it's definitely not true. I think that's fair. It could be true, beautiful story, and could picture Elvis being so dramatic. So Teresa Kona, a few of the reviews of the book on Amazon said it is a beautiful book, a really well-written book. Yeah. a real heartfelt love story. Oh, sorry, Nicola. So Jane read it a while ago. Trudy hasn't read the book. Now, do you know what? It's so cheap on Amazon. It's £5.80. Obviously, in America, it would be different. It's worth a buy, isn't it? It's good value, guys. Under £10, under $10, and you get the book. You can read it and then decide for yourself, because the book, the reviews clearly say, read it, then decide. Read it, then decide. And I think that's good advice. You're welcome, Jack Doe. Thank you. Jack, I respect your input on this live stream. I really do, seriously. But blood tests don't confirm if it's what you are referring to. Some books you have to read a few times. That's true. You've only read Jerry Schilling's book. Jerry Schilling wrote a brilliant book, but that's another live stream, Jerry. Jerry Schilling is another live stream. Right. I want to end it by saying, Derry, the author, Derry, I'm trying to do this in a respectful way that is fair to you. Obviously, this book, when you wrote it, took thousands and thousands of hours, years of your life. You dedicated a big part of your life with Desiree, with Lucy, to create this book. So I understand this is very personal to you. So I want to try and be respectful to you, Derry, the author. And Joe Sins from the YouTube channel, Rare Elvis Photos, which I highly recommend. I love Rare Elvis Photos. I completely respect that you feel that you've done enough research and put enough time into this topic, and that you believe that it's completely true. I completely respect that. Okay, Joe, I think you're great. You're very welcome to message me, to join our live stream, to join our Facebook. I'm very pleased that you are part of our Facebook page and that you make time to comment on our Facebook page. Okay, so guys, we're done. Thank you, everyone. Obviously, if you enjoyed what I've done, buy us a coffee, send us a super thank you, become a member, subscribe, like, usual stuff that I say all the time. And we have had a brilliant live stream. I've sat here with you guys for 2 hours and 12 minutes drinking coffee. I can't think of anything more fun and more enjoyable and more relaxing. I find what we do very relaxing. This is not hard work for me. This is fun for me. And to the Americans that are waking up, good morning to you. I hope you had a good night's sleep. And thank you to all the people around the world. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to have to go because there's 2 people ringing me. Love to all of you.